title Why Certain People Can't Stand Surprises. Surprise, they shout. And instead of joy, you feel your entire nervous system go into full panic mode. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing gets shallow, and you're mentally calculating the nearest exit. Everyone else is laughing and celebrating while you're wondering why your brain just treated a birthday party like a home invasion. You're not ungrateful, you're not antisocial. Your brain just processes unexpected events as potential threats. And there are actually fascinating psychological reasons why surprises feel more like psychological warfare than fun social experiences. Let's start with what's actually happening in your brain when someone surprises you. Most people have what psychologists call flexible cognitive control. Their minds can quickly switch between expectation and reality without much distress. But some brains are wired for what researchers call high predictability preference. Your brain craves patterns, routines, and advance notice because uncertainty triggers your threat detection system. When something unexpected happens, even something positive, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, starts firing before your rational mind can assess whether this surprise is actually dangerous. Psychology identifies this as part of a broader trait called sensory processing sensitivity. About 20% of the population has nervous systems that are more reactive to unexpected stimuli. You're not just being difficult, you're literally processing surprises with a more sensitive alarm system than most people. And here's something nobody talks about. People who hate surprises often have exceptional situational awareness. You notice patterns, anticipate problems, and mentally prepare for different scenarios because your brain is constantly running background calculations about what might happen next. Surprises disrupt this entire system. There's this psychological concept called cognitive load theory. Your brain has limited processing capacity, and you use a lot of it, maintaining awareness and control of your environment. When a surprise happens, it creates sudden cognitive overload because you have to rapidly recalibrate all your mental models about what's happening. Research shows that people who dislike surprises often have what's called an internal locus of control. You feel most comfortable when you can influence outcomes through planning and preparation. Surprises represent situations where your preparation and control are suddenly irrelevant, which can feel genuinely destabilizing. But here's where it gets interesting. Your dislike of surprises might actually be an evolutionary advantage. Your ancestors who were hypervigilant about unexpected changes were more likely to survive genuine threats. Your brain is still running that ancient software that says unexpected equals potentially dangerous. And let's talk about something people don't understand. The difference between good surprises and bad surprises doesn't matter to your nervous system. Whether it's a surprise party or a surprise layoff, your brain's initial response is identical. Threat detection activated. The joy or relief comes later, after your system has processed that you're actually safe. Psychology shows that surprise-averse people often have rich inner worlds and detailed mental planning systems. You think through scenarios, prepare for contingencies, and create mental maps of how things should unfold. Surprises don't just interrupt your plans, they interrupt your entire cognitive architecture. There's also this thing called ambiguity tolerance that varies dramatically between people. Some brains are comfortable with uncertainty and unknown outcomes. Others need clear information and predictable patterns to function optimally. Neither is wrong, they're just different operating systems. And here's something beautiful about people who hate surprises. You often make exceptional planners, project managers, and crisis preventers. Because you think through potential problems in advance, you can help others avoid negative surprises. Your need for predictability becomes a valuable service to people who are more chaos tolerant. Research from the Journal of Personality shows that people with low surprise tolerance often score higher in conscientiousness and attention to detail. You're not missing out on spontaneity, you're maximizing preparation and thoughtfulness in a world that desperately needs more of both. But let's address the social pressure around surprises. Culture treats spontaneity and surprise as inherently positive. Live a little, be spontaneous, embrace the unexpected. But for your nervous system, embracing the unexpected feels like embracing danger, even when rationally you know it's safe. And here's what people miss about surprise parties specifically. The person being surprised has to manage not just the shock, but also immediate social performance expectations. You're supposed to look happy, be grateful, engage with everyone who showed up. That's a lot of emotional labor when your system is still recovering from the initial startle response. Psychology reveals that many people who hate surprises have histories of unpredictable or chaotic environments. If your early life involved unexpected changes, sudden moves, or inconsistent caregiving, your brain learned that surprises often preceded difficult situations. Your current reaction is protective wisdom from past experience. There's also this concept called emotional regulation strategies. Some people regulate through spontaneity and excitement. Others regulate through predictability and routine. Your need for advance notice isn't rigidity, it's how you maintain emotional balance in a world full of variables you can't control. And honestly, there's something to be said for people who prefer planned celebrations over surprise ones. When you know something good is coming, you can mentally prepare to fully enjoy it. You can arrange your schedule, get in the right headspace, and actually be present for the experience instead of spending it recovering from shock. Here's what's really happening. When people judge your dislike of surprises, they're interpreting your need for predictability as fear or rigidity. But what they're missing is that your brain has developed sophisticated systems for managing complexity and uncertainty. You just prefer to do it on your own terms. Research shows that people who dislike surprises often have deeper appreciation for planned positive experiences. You might not enjoy surprise vacations, but you can savor the anticipation of a vacation you've been planning for months. That's not less joy, it's different joy. So the next time someone insists you need to learn to love surprises or be more spontaneous, remember this: your brain is optimized for thoughtful, intentional experiences rather than impulsive, chaotic ones. That's not a limitation, that's a preference that serves you well in most areas of life. You don't need to fix your relationship with surprises. You just need people who understand that the best gift they can give you is advance notice, clear expectations, and respect for how your mind works best. Are you someone who dreads surprises, or do you love the unexpected? What do you think drives these different responses to unpredictability? Let me know, because I suspect there are more people out there who'd rather skip the surprise party and just have a planned celebration instead. To get more psychology content like this in your feed, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share your experiences with us. You'll be supporting our efforts too. Thanks for watching.